I've been using email since 1995. That's almost 30 years. The first form of email was created in 1971. That's older than me and the modern internet. The world has had a lot of time to get used to using email and is essentially the default communication of business, which is great because you can say, I'll email you, and everyone knows what that means. The flip side is that the world has evolved and there are much better systems and tools for sharing and managing information than email. But they're difficult to use if everything is stockpiled in your inbox. It's also challenging to manage your time and attention if you have to wade through your emails to figure out what you're supposed to be doing and where that file or piece of information went. My email habits were one of the first self-sabotaging activities I had to reform when I started running my own business. In my corporate job, living in your inbox was expected. Composing a well-formed, long, data-laden email was the work. Turns out that isn't really getting anything done. And using that same way of working will kill a small business. Taking an hour to compose an email doesn't create cash flow or delight clients. I know. Email still has its uses though, but to-do list, relationship building, file transfer, and project management are not good uses for email. It gets a lot easier to get to inbox zero when you have places to put the information that comes into your inbox, and when the emails you are getting are worthy of your attention. Let me be clear. Getting an empty inbox might not be the goal for you. But let me tell you why it was the goal for me. I'm easily distracted. Especially when I want to be tackling important projects that might not be urgent, like finishing the book I'm writing or defining the strategy and outline for the next season of the podcast. In those moments, all I had to do was open up my inbox and be carried away into a sea of distractions. If my inbox is empty, it's no longer a temptation to distract me. The other issue was even when I was in task mode, working on client projects or my to-dos, if the information I needed was in my inbox, I would get distracted by all the other messages in there. Some just to read again if it was good news. Others would trigger a pang of panic when I recalled that I hadn't responded to a message yet or forgot there was another task on my list. A collection of emails in my inbox was a productivity black hole for me. So I decided to do something different. It has been a years-long, yes, that's years with an S, winding road process to get to a place where I can have an empty inbox each day. In the hopes of shortcutting your journey, if this is something you want to, here's the method I use. First, get the crap out. For too long, I allowed emails in my inbox that I just deleted. Like I saw them, I deleted them. Sure, it takes less than a second to delete an email, but it also takes my attention. And if I'm doing this many, many times a day, that is time, energy, and attention wasted. The unsubscribe link is your friend. Use it on anything that you're just deleting in your inbox. This also goes for emails you're getting that are notifications from other systems. Please listen to the last episode if notifications are filling your inbox. Next, and this is probably the most important thing, create a schema for your information. Now, anyone that's talked to me in like the last 45 days has probably heard me use this word. If you're not familiar, schema is simply a framework for organizing and understanding information. What really held me back from having an empty inbox was not knowing where the information should go. Also, being scared of losing something, and thus it got stuck in my inbox. Once I had a defined place for the information to live, it didn't have to stay in my inbox. And no, this is not a one and done process. This might start out being a review at the end of the week to see what's left in your inbox and then deciding or defining where that information goes. You probably are going to have to define a couple new places because that information is stuck in your inbox because it doesn't have a place to go. And third, stop sending internal emails. Really, at this point, if you're still communicating inside your company via email, you need a better system. There are many to choose from. Reach out if you need help. And then fourth, choose the right communication method. The better your communication, the less touch points that are needed. Nothing pains me more than seeing an 8-message email chain with 6 recipients that still has not resolved the question in the first email. It's so sad. Just because you can send an email doesn't mean it's the right communication channel. And don't get me wrong, any communication channel can get misused. It's not just email. However, your path to an emptier inbox means choosing your communication method more wisely. Getting the right information in the right places has not only allowed me to be more efficient and effective, but it has increased the productivity and happiness of the team overall. Booting the overflowing inbox can be the first step to improving communication both inside and outside the organization. I find that now I have more time, attention, and energy to dedicate to the more important tasks and projects in the business. The overall outcome of an empty inbox is that I'm more effective during my work hours, so I can work less hours and also work on a book. In the next episode, it's a wrap on season 4, and I'll be talking about using systems to create consistency. If you enjoyed this episode, you can head over to leverageYourSpark.com to subscribe, leave us a review, or share with a friend. Everyone deserves to have less stress and more impact.